Fireflies. Welcome to the Get Ready for the Day routine. Beginner level, which is kind of a head to toe, warm yourself up, get yourself moving so you can face the day a little more awake, a little more alive. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 6 o'clock-ish, a little later today. I had kind of a late night, and then I still had a lot to do at home and for work. And Ari's not here this morning. She's not feeling good, so please send her best wishes. And I'm sorry if I'm not replying to you right away, just really quick. Hello, everyone. Still haven't set up that. But today, because people have been asking about stretching a little more, if you have like a wall nearby, a counter, something like that that's a little more sturdy that you can lean into, that'd be great, because we're going to do a little more of that this morning. But let's start off in the usual way, where we just kind of ground ourselves, and we've got our feet kind of comfortable, sturdy width apart, and you're feeling like those feet are either glued or they're magnetized to the ground, and you can feel every part of them. Feel all those nerve endings, the tips of your toes, the middle of your toes, the balls of your feet, your arches, your outside of your foot, your heels are all being sucked into the ground. So breathing in through your nose, and out through your mouth, and through your nose, and through your mouth. So starting to call it loosening your knees, which means you just kind of let them go. It's not really knee bends. You're just letting them go and straightening, letting them go and straightening. Just that very initial movement, because our lower bodies are something that they carry us around all day, and they take a lot of burdens. So we want to treat them right, wake up your knees, wake up your feet, and make sure that they don't get injured. And breathing in again through your nose, raising your shoulders up, and pushing them down, raising your shoulders up, breathing in, and exhaling out, and move your shoulders a little bit forward and back, and forward and back. I keep turning so you can see me, but you can stay as you are. And then we're going to be rolling them forward, and then rolling them back. Feel like your chest is being pulled up to the sky as you're rolling them back. And Fireflies, remember, as you go about your day, every time you think of it, roll your shoulders back and try and get that nice posture. Try and very slowly get that into your muscle memory, so your body's gonna forget and then move forward again. But when you think about it, just do it again. And if you remember, we have started doing something else. So I want you to put your shoulders forward and move around a little bit. I want you to try and feel where your shoulder blades are. Just feel where they are, because we're later on going to be using them. So I like to start things way before, so we already have some understanding and of them before we begin to actually use them. So your shoulder blades are something that you want to try and just kind of feel where they are. We're going to roll our shoulders back again. And coming back, opening our hands and closing, opening, closing, opening, closing. Now Fireflies, moving them slowly upwards, as high as you can go, and back down again as you're doing the opening and closing. Let's do that once more. If you're just joining, I'm sorry if I'm not replying. Ari is not feeling well today, so please send her best get well wishes. Okay, taking your wrists and moving them back opposite. And little circle outwards, little circle inwards. So taking one hand and pressing down thumb, middle, oh sorry, index, middle, ring, pinky, thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky, pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb. If you can do that without the other hand, great. Do it, but if not, then use your other hand just to feel where those fingers are and help them move individually. Thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky, thumb, middle, index, ring, pinky, pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, pinky, ring, index, thumb. All right. So if you're sitting nearby a wall, if you have a wall, a counter, a chair for this one, we're just going to go to the lower body, and I'm going to have a pretend one so you can see me, but later we're going to be using that wall to help us stretch a little bit. So we're just going to, for now, just shift our weight onto the front leg, and just a gentle stretch here, and maybe we're going to do this twice. The first time is just warming up. So you can maybe feel a little pull, but not very much. And you're holding on. Find some imaginary. Switching feet. And maybe in a little. Weight is towards the front. I like to just go gently up and down, but I haven't even really started stretching yet. I'm just feeling the back of my leg. And I'm switching again. And this time I'm going to give it a real stretch. So lean into my front leg and feel, this should be a nice stretch. It shouldn't be a painful one. I know it's not always like fun to stretch first thing in the morning, but it's very, very good for us to spend kind of equal time on stretching and whatever technique we're doing. Switching to the other foot, and we're going to lean into that front leg. And feel pleasant pull in our back leg. Coming back up. And lowering down on both legs. The knees are going over the toes. And this is a different stretch. So let's go for your back legs. You want your weight just ever so slightly backwards. Pressing into the ground, coming back up. And switching your legs again, bending both knees. Your knees are going right over your toes. You're still holding on here to something sturdy. Could be wall. A wall, a counter, a chair, just to keep your balance so you don't have to think about your balance. Coming back, you're still going to hold with two hands here, but I'm going to face you now. And you're going to take your weight, shift it over onto your right foot, which is going to free your left leg to move. And thinking about your ankle, you're going to try and tap your foot from side to side, but without the whole leg. So it's not the whole leg rotating, it's just the ankle. So if it's only a little bit, that's fine, it's just a little bit. From side to side, we're trying to feel that ankle, warm it up. Get it ready to face the day. Now if you raise a little, we're going to flap it up and down. And wiggle it from side to side. Bringing it back in. And raise it. You can have a little bit of distance from your other leg. We're going to go up and down with it until your tippy-toe in the back. I see people are writing, I can see it from here. We still have not set up the technical stuff. You're going to down your foot. Maybe back down. And I want you to just try and feel, just like we did with our hands. Try and splay your toes out and then scrunch them back up. Just lay them out. And it's okay if they don't do that. Just try and connect your brain to that part of your body. Feel where your toes are. And visualize the movement, and that's the first step towards doing it. Okay, putting it down, and we're going to take our weight and shift it all over onto the other leg to free up this one. So we're going to do our taps where you're going to try to do it from your ankle. And again, it can be very small. I just want you to use your ankle and not your whole leg. So we're going to get to our whole leg. And making sure that weight is really over this leg so you can lift it up a little bit. You can keep it on the floor if you want and lift up the toes and put them down. We're just going to flapping it up and down and wiggling it from side to side. And bringing it in, and we can shift our weight a little more towards the middle here, just so you're able to bring it up on your tippy toe, come back, tippy toe, come back. And I'm holding on here. It's an imaginary something that's keeping me balanced and sturdy. Okay, so we're going to do a little foot stretch. So how we're going to do that is we're going to shift our weight back onto that first leg, and we're going to put this one, it can be a little bit in front of you or to the side, but I want you to feel like there's a teeny tiny little person who's pushing your heel up. So you're going to put your weight a little bit forward, and you're going to pretend that it's under your heel and pushing it higher and higher and higher and higher. Some of you maybe have like very high arches, if not important. Stretching it up. Shifting your weight to the other foot, and do the same thing. So it goes to about here. Or here, you can do a little bit in front. But what you want to feel is somebody, very tiny person, is pushing your heel up. And you can move forward, stretch in there, and coming back up. And we're going to go back to the center of our body. And this time we're going to do like a small knee bend, so we're going to tighten our legs and send our knees right over our feet, so you don't need your knees to go in a direction that's not over your feet, they only go in one direction. So, knees over our feet, and then you're going to press into the ground like you're pressing the ground away from you to come back up. And tighten your legs, knees going over your toes, pressing the ground, come back up. Knees tightening, legs tightening, knees going over your toes, pressing the ground, legs tightening, knees going over your toes, and pressing into the ground to come back up. First sets. So if you have not done any kind of core work before, do 2 and work your way up from there. If you've been here a while, we're doing 3 sets of 12, which is quite a bit. So feel like you have like a back cramp, like, and as you're coming up, we're going to try and lengthen in that middle part. Like you're getting taller and taller and taller. 2, and lengthening 3. Lengthening 4, lengthening 5, lengthening 6, lengthening 7, lengthening 8, lengthening 9, lengthening 10, cramping, lengthening 11, cramping, lengthening 12. Good job. First set done. Check it out. And we're going to go right into our bigger knee bends because we're going to do a little more stretching today. So we're going to just plow through this one. Now, your feet, you don't want your heels to come up off the ground. So you just want to go as low as you can, where you can still get back up, but you want to keep your feet glued to the ground, like there's magnets on there. So you're tightening your legs, engaging them before you even start to bend. Just feel kind of tighten up all the muscles that you can, and then send your knees right over your toes. And when you get as low as you can, and still get up. If you need to stabilize yourself here, do that. Press the ground away from you, push away from you. And taking your legs, knees going over your toes. And pushing the ground away from you. Legs tightening, knees going over your toes. And pressing the ground away from you. One last one, taking your legs, knees going over your toes. And pushing the ground away from you. You got this, great job. Add a little, and we're going to be coming back to that. But we need to do our second set. So I know they're close together today, but got this. All right, counting down, and remember each time that you come up, I want you to feel like you're getting taller in this middle section. So you can do the same movement without a lot of core work, or you can really, really feel this cramp. Feel that like so coming down. So from 12 and 11, 10 lengthening, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, get there, you got this, 3, and 2, and 1, yeah, all right. Relaxing a little backwards, looking up at the sky. You want to relax this part that's working. And shaking it out. Okay, so when you go back to our knee bends, if you remember, your shoulders and hips form a square, so that's what you're going to be thinking about when you shift your weight. You're sliding that square across a flat surface, and we're going to be, this one you might want to hold on to something again for, wouldn't be, but you want your feet a little bit wider than they have been before. So we're going to be sliding that weight onto one of our legs, so I'm not bothered about which one, but you want to kind of stack it like blocks. And from here, we're going to start to bend forward. And I want you to feel a little bit that you're pressing on, you can hold on with one hand on this leg here, and feel a little bit of rotation, a little bit of stretch right up in your hip, where your leg is connected. And pressing to the ground to come back up. Got something to hang on to, press on that a little. Going to the other side, shifting that square over. What I want you to feel is you can use your hand to rotate this leg a little bit. A little bit of stretch coming in there. I'm going to my measuring tape. Pressing the ground to come back up. Let's go one more with that. So you're bending the one leg. First you shifted your weight over it though. And you're pressing against it to rotate it a little bit and hanging on for stability. Side, onto it. I'm sorry if I'm not responding to you because Ari's not here today. I can't see from here. And there's so much to do. I have not yet done the technical stuff so I can see your comments from here. And coming back up, that was leg number 2. Give that a good shake out. You can always go back to your calf stretch, that is when you push your weight forwards, switch it out a little. This is kind of in between thing too that we do quite a bit. Weight is forward, stretch out that calf. Let's come back and do our last set, get it over with, and then we're gonna stretch a little bit more. So, if you feel like you're getting a cramp right in your tummy and lengthening it out. I use my hands because I feel a little bit better. And 2, and getting taller, 3. And getting taller, 4. And 5. And 6. And 6. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Okay, done for today. Okay, leaning backwards again. This is also a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of a relax. What we're trying to do is stretch backwards to just kind of relieve the part of our body that we were stretching before. So we're just kind of looking up to the sky. This is also something you can hang on for. In fact, I may pull out a chair in 1 second, but first I want to come back to the middles. We're going to tilt our shoulders from side to side. Just to warm them up. I'm going to weight is in the middle here. It's independent on my leg, that's why I'm doing that. And pushing the ground to straighten back up. Let's do our arms and use the wall, and then I'm just going to grab a chair really quick for some more of our stretches. Okay, so let's finish our arms. Our arms moving. Up and down, just the lower part, elbows at your side. And now relax your arms. Try and think of them as cooked spaghetti, linguine, whatever it is, different pasta you like. And we're going to raise them by using just our elbows and down. Elbows only and down. Elbows only and down. Everything else is limp, noodle. And just your elbows are lifting your arms up a little bit and then letting them relax. We're going to want to have those elbows for later. Just feeling where they are, getting them ready to work. There's something that later on we're going to be using in our dance to lead our arms, to hold our arms up. That's why we're trying right now already to feel our shoulder blades, feel our elbows, and arms going up and down. And to the front. Okay, now if you have a wall, and I hope you have a wall, you're going to go over there and you're going to have your arm bent a little bit, and you're going to place yourself right up against the wall like this, and your hand is going to be on the wall, and from here you're going to walk forward a little bit. So when I say you're going to walk outwards, like you're, so I have my right hand on the wall, so I'm going to just kind of walk a little like I'm going counterclockwise until I feel a little pull in my shoulder. And I'm just going to stay there a little. Stretching is something you want to start very gradually, so if this is something you've done before, start very small, feeling a little gentle tug, and then you're going to walk yourself back. So you're next to the wall again. And you're going to start to move outwards. So you feel a little pull in that shoulder. You see what I'm doing? So if the wall was right here, I'm walking myself away from it till I feel like there's a pull here. And then I'm walking back to relax it. Maybe this is a better angle. Take out your arm and then turn around so the other arm is on the wall. My measuring wall is right here. And I'm going to be walking my feet a little bit outwards until I feel a pull. And coming back in. And going back out again. Pull. And going back in again. This is something we can do at various levels. You'll feel a different stretch each time. So we can go back to our wall, and we're going to face it, and So my imaginary wall is now here, I'm facing it, and I'm going to start to lean forward. You can bend your knees here if it's more comfortable, if it's more stable, you can keep them straight. And I'm going to start putting my head in between my arms. Now, it really depends on how much movement you have, how much mobility you have there. But I'm going to try and kind of have my butt going backwards. I want to keep my body more or less straight, because what I want to feel is a pull up here. So my arms are straight, my body is straight, and I'm pushing down a little. And you'll find that sometimes you'll feel a stretch in one place, and when that area gets flexible, you'll feel it in another place. So I'm just pressing down here, and straightening back up, and giving a good shake out. And getting that relaxed. So we're going to come back to our Nisa, taking your toes and pointing them a little bit outwards. And again, we're going to bend our knees and slide down so our hands are on them. And from here, I'm going to drop one shoulder. So if I'm here, I'm going to drop one shoulder forward. And this has two parts to it. So I am pressing against my leg, so my leg is you're starting to feel a pull here. And you may feel a pull in your upper back. You can also, if you want a little more stability, just kind of have that wall behind you for balance as you're doing this. And straightening up and going to the other foot. And your toes are pointing a little bit outwards. And you have your hand bracing yourself here. And this time you're going to be leaning your shoulder a little bit forward. So kind of like this from the side. And stretch here. Maybe your leg too. Up again, and this time forward, and we're going to start right here, and let gravity take us down a little bit, and we're going to count to 4, and when we get to 4, and when you exhale, you can go a tiny bit lower, even if it's only 1/8 of a centimeter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale, and exhale, and a little lower. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. And exhale a little lower. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. You got this. Inhale. Exhale, go a little bit lower. And coming back up. Very nice. Fireflies. Grab my chair here. So we're going to start by going from side to side, just to warm it up. Because going into stretching cold is a lot less effective. Just swaying from side to side. Up to the middle. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be bending the leg that's closest to the chair, just to be a little more stable, so you have a nice big position of your feet. Lifting this arm up, and I'm going to start to bend towards the chair or the counter, something that's sturdy. And we're going to do the same thing. Back up that we did before, going back into it, and we're going to count to 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, inhaling, and exhaling, and going a little lower, and 1, 1, there we go, only going to do 2 here, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, inhaling, and exhaling, going a little bit lower. talking to you. I'm a little too far away. Aria's sick this morning. Please send your wishes to her. All right. I'm bending the knee that's closest to the chair or the counter, the whatever sturdy couch, sturdy object. So let's start. Bending over and coming back up. And then we're gonna hold it here and count 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. And a little bit lower. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Inhaling and exhaling a little lower. Hold, 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 hold it. And coming back up. Yay! All right, flare flies. So there's many, many more we can do, but I started a little late today. And so we're going to leave that for now. Also, really missed it this morning because my visual device for music is not here. So, but we're still going to do our merengue, but we're going to do it with a little bit of silence. And there's a technique actually that's good to do slowly. You can remember, so merengue, for those of you who have never danced before, it's a great dance. It's super fun. And it's just really just kind of walking one foot from the other. So you can do it with a partner, you can do it solo. And we've been just kind of walking back and forth to the music. We've been rotating to the right and to the left and slowly in a circle. And we've been doing an exercise where we start to turn one leg out. Like we've forgotten one of our feet, so we're starting to turn here, and then we just go back to it, and then we forget the other foot. We leave it behind as we start to move this foot outwards. This is an exercise for stepping turns later on. We're starting it now, so that when we start to turn, it feels a little more natural. We've been doing some arms, but the exercise I want you to do today is, so we've done our zombie walks before, right? Where we're moving our body like a zombie, the one whole part of it together. So what we're doing there is we're taking all of our weight from one side and moving it forward. It doesn't have to be a big step, but I just want you to feel that when you pull that leg forward, that all your weight is going towards it. You have a little bit on here, but most of it is shifting right over to that leg that's in front. You can have your knees bent here too. It doesn't actually have, but sometimes it's easier to feel it if you just think zombie, right? So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a side zombie walk with one foot. So zombie, boom. Put yourself over that foot, and then once you relax everything, and bring the other foot to it. Zombie. Zombie side step. So you see I'm going, all my weight is going over this one foot. And then relaxing the rest of it. And zombie side step. All your weight is over this leg. And relaxing the other leg in. Now we're going to go the other way. Up, straighten up. Zombie walk to the side. You don't have to do the crazy guys, but they help me. And then you're relaxing your body. The other side comes in, stepping in. And zombie walk to the side. All your weight going over that left leg. And relax your body. This one's coming in. And zombie walk to the side. And relaxing your body and letting the other one step in. So why are we doing this exercise? You know how we're always talking about shifting our weight from leg to leg. This is a practice to shift our weight over a leg, let's say immediately. So instead of doing like a normal step where you would step on this foot and then you'd shift your weight over it to free up this leg to bring it in, you're stepping right over that leg. So slowly we are going to be doing a normal step, but bringing all of our weight with it. So it's like doing this, not very small. So it's like a normal step, but our weight is going with our body, with our leg. So our body is moving with our leg, that is. So like Azami, except when we take a more natural step, our weight goes right over it. And then we're going to be bringing our leg in here. Because in a lot of these Latin dances, at first it may seem a little counterintuitive, but we are shifting our weight to one leg, and then shifting our weight to the other. And shifting here, shifting here, shifting here, shifting here. And that's going to give you the look you want for your merengue. Later on, we'll be learning bachata. So you're going to be walking like this. You see the weight is going over your leg. Weight is going over your leg, 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 over your leg. So the zombie walk is just a progression for that, because sometimes it's a little bit hard to feel, feels a little strange. But since we're music-less today, let's just do our merengue feet, walking in place. I'm just going to do some arms today, just as a reminder for our bodies, where we are. So we're bringing our arms up, and arms down, and arms up, and arms down. Now we're going to do that one where we just lift one arm up, keep your feet going, keep them walking, singing your head, and keeping your upper arm where it is. You're going to drop that lower arm to your head, bring your elbow in here, and then you're going to let that elbow drop down until you can reach your side. And you're going to slide your hand down your side. There goes the voice. And then do the other one. Keep your feet moving all the time. Sorry about the music. And you can keep your upper arm here, and your lower arm is going to drop to your head. And then your elbow is going to start to drop down. So you're going to reach your body. And it's going to slide down your body. And now we're going to put our hands on our hips. So we're going out to the side. And we're going to try and keep our elbows where they are. So we don't want elbows to the back. We want elbows to the side. So try and keep your elbows where they are. You can go back a little bit. Bring your hands on your hips. And you're going to let them drop down again. And now we're going to go up and down again. But this time, you remember our exercise right at the beginning where we open our palms up? We're going to open up your palms and then move them upwards. And downwards. And let them relax. Now I want you to open them up again like a fan, like you did in the very first, one of the very first exercises. Bring them up and keep them like that to bring it down. Just that gives you a little flair, like a little bit of, as you're doing your arms there. So my fireflies. Sorry about not responding to your comments. I'm sending my love to all of you. I know you're there. It's so great to do this together in the morning. It's so much easier together. Not sure if we'd all be up and out of bed this time if we didn't have this community to be with. And the choreography workshop is being posted today. Just took a little longer with the editing, and so hope you join us for that. And we'll get a beginner choreography up soon, so stay tuned. And I wish you a wonderful day, Flare Flies. If you want us to stick around, going to hop right back on again for the intermediate, get ready for the day routine, and a little bit of silent dancing technique. So, my Flare Flies, love to you. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.